So welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today.
And our excellent adventures.
Where the heck we heading to today?
We're going to Vermont. Vermont. That's where we're going.
And see what?
And we're going to see Wilkins Harley Davidson in Barre, Vermont.
And they've been around since 1947.
Yep.
So let's get to it.
Let's go. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and think about Patreon.
My name is Dennis Sharon.
And where are you from?
From northwestern Connecticut, New Milford.
Okay. And what do you have? What kind of bike you got?
So I have a 1916 Harley Model F Magneto that I've had about 6 years or so. I've competed in 2 motorcycle cannonballs with it, so I've ridden it across the country twice. And I'm up here with 3 friends. We're riding around Vermont, New Hampshire for 4 days, about 600 miles, and that's the story.
So did you have to do any of the work to get it going when you got it?
Of course. It's 106 years old, so everything was done to it, and the engine has been extensively rebuilt, and as you know, even though in the case of Harley, even in this era, there are some parts available, nonetheless you end up still making many of them. But it's a real joy to ride, and frankly, I have a lot of motorcycles. I've been a motorcyclist all my life. I have 14 bikes. I've road raced. I've been ridden all around the world. This is the only Harley Davidson I've ever ridden, and it's over 100 years old.
There you go. Thank you for your time.
My name is John Lyon. I am general manager and co-owner of Wilkins Harley Davidson, 3rd generation. My grandfather and grandmother started the business in 1947. I'm so happy you guys are here. We are going to provide a little bit of a tour, kind of behind the scenes tour. Mark Frano is our customer experience manager, kind of a unique position that we have here. And hope you enjoy the tour of our 75-year-old business.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, hey guys, welcome to Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures. Today you're here at Wilkins Harley Davidson, and we're really thrilled to have Bob and Tam here. I know they make their home in, oh God, Arizona and way up in the Dakotas somewhere, so you've come a long way, and we really appreciate you being here at Wilkins Harley Davidson. So what we thought we would do is just walk you around a little bit the history of this dealership, because it's, well, been around a while. We're 70 odd years going. Started in 1947. If you can see behind me right over there, that is Harry Wilkins in 1947, sitting on top of his 1947 knucklehead, Harley Davidson knucklehead. So Harry is the guy that started Wilkins Harley Davidson back in the day. Now Harry was a serviceman in World War II, and he was stationed on the island of Guam in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And it was there that Harry fell in love with Harley Davidson motorcycles. Well, that's pretty strange. I mean, there you are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and you fall in love with an iconic American motorcycle. And how does that happen exactly? Well, the truth is back in '47, the military was being supplied pretty regularly with motorcycles for the war effort by the Harley Davidson Motor Company and the Indian Motor Company. And that's where Harry discovered Harley Davidson motorcycles. It turns out that they made a really great way to get around on an island like Guam that had some sketchy infrastructure. The roads weren't great and the bridges didn't hold a lot of weight, so the motorcycles made a great way for the servicemen to get around on the island. So that's where he found them, and while he was there on Guam, he said, boy, if I survive World War II and I get back home to Vermont, I hope to ride Harley Davidson motorcycles for the rest of my life, and more importantly, I hope to sell them. So Harry got brave one day while he was on Guam, maybe with a little liquid fortification, and he wrote a letter to Milwaukee, to the motor company, requesting consideration to have a dealership here in Barre, Vermont. Well, he didn't hear anything back before the war ended, but when the war ended and he did get back home to Vermont, there on his desk there was a letter of acceptance from the motor company granting Harry the license to sell Harley Davidsons here at Wilkins Harley Davidson in Barre. So that was a really exciting day for Harry. What trouble is Harry didn't have a heck of a lot of money, but he did have a small house just about 5 miles from where we are today, and it had a little tiny garage. This was a 200 square foot dirt floor garage, and you can perhaps make it out on the bottom right-hand corner there. That was the beginnings, the very humble beginnings for Wilkins Harley Davidson. It was so small that Harry couldn't put his desk and the motorcycles in at the same time. So in the morning he had to move things around quite a bit. But he was determined, and he had his wife Barbara with him to help get that business off the ground. And so the two of them built this wonderful dealership that we're in today, 70 odd years later. Now Harry is no longer with us. But his wife Barbara still is. She's in her 90s, and she still comes to the dealership a couple times a year to keep us connected with the past. She's quite the firecracker, and when she's here we learn a lot about the past, and it's just great to keep us connected. So a lot of generations now under one roof here, Harry and Barbara. Their daughter Anne, who just recently retired, was a part of our accounting across the way here, and Anne's son John Lyon is in fact our general manager today. So 3 generations still under the roof here at Walkins Harley Davidson, so it's pretty exciting to be a part of this organization. We've been here as long as we have because we've learned lessons from Harry and Barbara about how to take care of people, and that is the #1 job that we do here. We certainly sell motorcycles, but more importantly, we sell a lifestyle. We bring people into the fold, which is the riders community, the riders tribe, and once they're in that community and they feel integrated as a part of that, well, the motorcycles sell themselves. So all we really do here is just invite people in and treat them like Harry and Barbara did, like they're in our own homes. And well, the rest takes care of itself. So that's why we've been here for so long. So I want to bring you over to this other side here and show you one other little piece of interesting history that you might find fun. Come right this way. Motorcycles here in Barre, Vermont. He received only 3. He was allocated 3 motorcycles. Woohoo! Tough to make a living with 3 motorcycles. So when they got up to his place up there in Barre, well, back in '47, all the bikes were shipped on flatbed rail cars, so they had to be entirely crated to protect them in travel. So when they got up to his home there, he was taking them out of these big wooden crates that they came in, and he made quite a pile of wood there in his driveway. And his neighbor, who was keeping an eye on things, sort of saw this big pile of wood and came down and said, "Harry, what are you going to do with all that wood?" And Harry said, "Well, maybe we'll have a bonfire or something like that." And his neighbor said, "Well, you know, my wife's been asking her to build her a garden shed for many years, and could I use some of that wood for that garden shed?" And Harry said, "Well, of course you can." And so the neighbor took that wood and built the garden shed, which lasted many years until not so long ago, when under a heavy snowfall, we do get a lot of snow here in Vermont, that building came down. But the neighbor remembered where the wood came from and dug out the boards from the first Harley Davidson that came to Vermont in 1947. So that really keeps us connected to the past. It's a pretty exciting part of being here, to know that we've been here as long as we have. So that, in a nutshell, is a little history about Wilkins Harley Davidson. Today, we're a pretty contemporary organization. We sell many, many motorcycles in a beautiful, large dealership. We've come a long way from the dirt-floored 200 square foot dealership. We now have a very beautiful and modern facility, and we represent we represent Harley Davidsons. We sell new and used, and we also sell side-by-sides and some snow machines, which are popular here in Vermont. So in a nutshell, Bob and Tam, that's what we do here, and I hope you've enjoyed a little history about Wilkins Harley Davidson.
You know, it was a pretty exciting day over there. We got to see a whole lot of neat stuff. We actually went by a granite quarry. I don't know if I got a shot of that or not. He's driving by. And so it's pretty neat. There's a lot of neat stuff, and that's a really great dealership over there. Would have liked to have spoke a little bit longer to the owner there. But
he was very busy taking care of his customers.
Yeah, and he was out there doing a lot of things, and they went out and picked up a BMW bike for somebody that had broke down. Yep. So, and then they were hauling it to another location for him, which I don't know where it was going, because it was an older bike. And if you've seen that antique Harley Davidson there. I think it was 1917, I think.
There you
That's what
go.
he said. And that guy was with him. And they were out riding around. So it's pretty neat. So you never know what you see. And
1917 beat the other one.
yeah. So pretty neat. And so we'll go ahead and leave you right here because we're heading back into Laconia.
That's right. So don't forget to subscribe and share us. I don't know. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share us with your family and friends, think about Patreon, give us a big thumbs up, ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
All right.
I got it out.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.